That's crazy. This is an iPhone 8. That's wild. One of the first investments I wish I did earlier in my videography journey was lighting. I think if I saved up first for better lighting equipment and rented the lenses instead of buying them, I could have taken on more production level and business related projects that could have funded my business much better. Honestly though, when you're starting any high income skill, there are always things you learn along the way that you wish you knew. That way it would make your life a little bit easier. So today, I'm going to share one of the biggest investments I wish I prioritized much sooner in my filmmaking career, and that's lighting. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Teddy, and I'm an event cinematographer and founder of Capture My Culture Films. And I've created this 10-part series to help any beginner videographer learn the skill of video, whether if you want to learn to get better at the craft of filmmaking or potentially earn a living doing what you love. This is the channel for you, and welcome to Kaizen culture. Now, today's video is about lighting, specifically what type of lighting you should invest in early in your career. The purpose of using lighting and the behind the scenes look at how I currently light my talking head type videos for testimonials. After watching this, you should have a basic understanding of lighting. You'll learn how to light every scenario. And most importantly, you'll have confidence walking into any lighting situation, which is something I feared as a beginner videographer. So let's get into it. In one of my previous videos, I talked about the technical aspects of videography, and I shared the ideal lenses you should invest in first. It was a 50mm, 35, 24, and 85 millimeter, which are all much sharper and better in low light scenarios. However, if you're starting off your videography journey, you don't have thousands of dollars to invest in lenses, so your first investment should be lights. Now, first off, what is the purpose of lighting? Well, the purpose of introducing light is to essentially help you properly expose your subject. Now, if you don't use lighting, you're at the mercy of the lighting conditions of your venue or location. And when you don't have enough light, it forces you to introduce artificial light, otherwise known as increasing your ISO. And in entry-level cameras, that introduces noise, which is something we do not want. So when you think of any lighting setup or condition, there are going to be three components. You're going to have a key light, a backlight, otherwise known as a rim light, and a practical light, otherwise known as a motivated light. So if you look at any movie scene, you'll notice that there's one, if not all three of these types of light sources coming into each particular shot. Within these three lighting parameters, you do have a choice to modify each individually, but ultimately the rule of thumb is to have at least 3 points of light in your setup. For instance, in your scene or location, you might want a high key light setup where everything looks bright. Or you may want a low-key light setup where things look more moody. As you become more confident in lighting, you'll learn how to create either look which is suitable for your particular project. We're going to talk more about low-key lighting in this video because you'll most likely will be dealing with scenarios where lighting is limited. The cool thing about it is that you can figure out different creative ways to introduce light to get a particular look for each individual shot. So here's where you can start learning the gear. So when I started my videography journey, I started off with on-camera lights. And it was because I shot events where the subject was always moving. So I always thought, you know what, I need an on-camera light. And that's the easiest thing to purchase and have for the type of events that I did. But what I realized is that as I started investing in more gear and I started to focus on lighting specifically, I got more professional projects that paid more because it required a special lighting setup, and I was able to increase my prices for certain types of work. So the first light setup that I ever purchased was this here. It was this Nan light setup. So it included a softbox, a small softbox, and pretty much everything that was in this kit. Okay, so stay with me. So when I purchased this, I purchased a traditional light stand, an air cushion light stand, nothing special, right? Because air cushion specifically because if I was dealing with heavier light sets, I don't want everything to come down on me. So I just bought a basic light set that was air cushioned, right? In this kit, there's a couple of different things I have. So I have this main light source right here, which is the Forza 60B2. It's actually a bi-colored light.
So it actually is pretty good because I can change the color temperature to match whatever the scene is or whatever the space or location I'm shooting at. So I have that right here, right? It came with a continuous light set with it, continuous. And then it also had, what I purchased with it is this mount, which allows you to add batteries to charge it. So these batteries here, these are MPF batteries. So you can actually purchase these, and these can light this light set on its own. So here you go. So you guys can see the side profile of it. Okay, and then, right, so this is a continuous light source. So if you have access to an outlet, you can plug that, right? These were, like I said, the tube lights I bought. So I bought 2 of these. One is for a rim light, which I'm going to show you how that works. So I got 2 of these, and then the second one is for a practical light. So a practical light is any light source that, you know, you want to accentuate. So if you're in a space where they already have desk lamps, you can use these lights, because they're bi-colored, to match it to make that look more pronounced. So that was that. Cool thing about this is that it comes with an additional external battery. Here you go. So you can see that. And that battery are these ones right here. So you can actually use these lights to add additional lights to here. So definitely convenient, especially if you're in a space where you need additional lighting. So these you can actually add onto this as a battery extender, which is pretty dope. So I think that's pretty convenient. And it allows you to add battery source to that. Cool. And then one thing I also purchased that was a game changer was this. Comes with this as a spotlight. Here's a spotlight. It's right here. And then this light here was another investment I made. And it's a Fresnel lens. This light source here. This makes it a Fresnel lens. And I use these specifically for weddings, as a spotlight for weddings. So I'll leave a link to all of these things. Now, one thing I want to explain to you guys, or I want to be real transparent with, there's so many different light kits that are out that you can purchase, you know. And like I said, each of them, they all have their strengths and weaknesses. You don't have to get this NAND light setup. Like I said, this worked for me. This is the evolution of how I got my lighting. And once I purchased this kit and started adding things to it, like I said, this is the softbox that goes with it right here. It's really small, and it allows me to shoot in really small places. I also have another light set that I take when I do more production work, and that one is kind of like on the go. And I'm going to show you that in the next section where I show you actually how to set up your lights. So it doesn't really matter, you know, as long as you have these three things. You have a key light source with a soft modifier. You have a backlight source that can add a rim light to your subject. And then a third light source that can serve as a practical light. And all it's really gonna do is gonna add more brightness to whatever practical light you have in your scene, which is like a motivated light. And if you look at any movie, cinematic movie, they have those three elements. They have a key light, they have a backlight, and then they have a practical light, which adds character to whatever scene they're shooting. And I think this entire set, you know, as I bought it, this was about $320 when I purchased it. It's probably less expensive now. This softbox was about $120. Light stand was about like 60, 70 bucks. These lights each were $90. These batteries, you can get them on Amazon for like 50 bucks. This actually came with the kit. And this Fresnel lens here was about, I think, like maybe 80 or 90 bucks. But like I said, it checked all the boxes, right? If I did production work or, you know, testimonials, talking heads, anything like that for businesses, I had the softbox. If I was shooting weddings, I had this as a Fresnel lens, which I could use as a spotlight. So now I'm gonna show you, like I said, how to light any scene specifically, but like talking heads. I think talking heads are probably one of the first types of videos you should learn how to master, because most businesses, most nonprofits, most, like I said, professional needs requirements is some sort of talking head to talk about their business and, you know, for marketing, those marketing assets. So, and I'll get more into that later, but like I said, this is it. And I'm gonna show you from here how to light the scene, all right? Base. We're gonna light, as you can see, there's lighting come from outside. You gotta pick what's the best place. So we're gonna light this space. Cool. So this is everything you need for a 2-kit light setup, right? And what I broke down in the previous video was that you need one light source to represent your key light, which is going to light the subject. And then you need a rim light to separate your subject from the background. A third option as well is a practical light, which is usually found in frame of whatever scene. Like if you're shooting at home, you may see a light desk lamp or backlight, and you can use a third light source to kind of accentuate that particular practical light. First light you're gonna have is this Zion Molus X100. This is a perfect light to carry with you for on-the-go shots, easy to transport. You can fit it in a bag. It comes with this Bowman's mount to mount a softbox, which I'm going to show you. It also has an external battery that you can plug into it to give you additional light on the go. And you can also plug it in to have a continuous light source. We also have is what we're going to use to create the rim light or backlight. This right here is the Zion MC light. It comes with barn doors. I don't know if you can see that, which are removable by magnets. It also has a grid for you to get focus light. And then it also has a soft box on top of the light as well. And you can attach it pretty much to a gimbal if you have a gimbal, or pretty much any, you know, tripod or light stand if you have it as well.
is your softbox, your 5-in-1 reflector. So you may have your key light, right? And you can use this to bounce fill light so you can brighten up the shadows of your subject, or reverse it. It also has a black side here that you can use to do negative fill. Although a really small tool, you don't realize how beneficial this is to have in your arsenal. And then I'll put this away. And you all here. So I think this was only about, what, $100, I believe. In addition to that light source, I believe this one was about, I think, like $319, the kit that came with everything. So this right here is your softbox, right? Because you can get hard light or you can get soft light. You might prefer soft light. So this is pretty much easy to construct. You know, I got that, that, and that. So we're gonna set up the lighting setup so you can see everything for what it's worth. Oh, so this right here, vacuum frame, negative fill, here we go. So we got that, and then this is the forward-facing camera for the iPhone 12. Yep. So what do you guys think? And I'm also gonna do you one better, right? Do you one better. The light coming in, so you got this one right here. Then you have the negative fill, and then you have this light here on the back. Because to be honest, if you have lighting, decent lighting, you could actually shoot content on your phone, believe it or not. See, look at the quality from this camera, which is about 2, 3, 4 years old. This one, iPhone 12. And like I said, I got one more for you. And there we go. That's the look. So, DSLR camera, iPhone 8, then iPhone 12. So, no excuses, guys. Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. I mean, at the end of it, I want you guys to experiment, and don't be afraid to invest in learning this skill of videography. There's not many places that, or I would say resources that kind of go into detail and, show you that it doesn't really take much to start learning video. Just small investments. If you get a side hustle, a side job, you could probably work that side job for 3 months, and then that'll give you enough money to at least start your journey. And then as you get comfortable shooting different projects, you'll figure out your style, you figure out your niche, and you'll figure out what you enjoy doing, right? I think that gets lost with a lot of passions and things that we do. It's like, if we do it to the point where we're making money from it, then we get consumed with, having that as being our means of living. And anything that you love to do, it's dope that you do it and make money from it. But when you have to find clients and, you pick up projects and you start doing things, you kind of forget the reason why you started your journey in the first place, right? You take on different jobs and it becomes a need as opposed to something you were doing and you were having fun with. And then before you know it, you don't want to continue that craft. So, like I said, learn videography, figure out the niche that you like, figure out the type of clients, the type of work you want to do, and then go all in. Invest in courses, invest in yourself, right? because at the end of it all, you know, you have to make that choice. And my hope is that, you know, the videos that I'm sharing, you know, these techniques, these small different skills and skill sets that you learn from these videos can encourage you to start that journey. Because I think once you go through it and you know that you're not doing it by yourself, that there's other people who want to get better at the craft, and there's a community of creators who just want to grow and want to see each other win. I think that's important, right? So yeah, here we go. That's crazy. This is an iPhone 8. That's wild. That's crazy. Peace.